right, so here we are again, another day as a Falcons fan, and of course, with every new day comes a brand new dose of drama, and today is absolutely no different. Now, according to Raheem Morris at his press conference earlier today, Drake London is doubtful against the New York Jets. And let me just say, from everything I'm hearing and reading between the lines, this doesn't feel like a simple he can't go physically situation. This feels like a decision, a calculated one. And what I took from Raheem comments is this. The Falcons are basically willing to sit Drake London now, even if it costs them this game, so that they can have him healthier next week against the Seattle Seahawks. And that is a very big risk. Is it worth taking? I honestly don't know. Because here's the thing. People who've been at practice are saying Drake London has actually been moving pretty decently. He doesn't look completely limited. He doesn't look shut down. So this isn't some obvious he can't walk situation. This feels very intentional, very strategic. And I think there are a few reasons why the Falcons are willing to roll the dice on this Drake London situation. Now, first reason, I genuinely believe that the Falcons don't view the Jets as a great team. They see them in that same category of the Saints trying to get a great draft pick for next year. They have strong defense, yeah, but offensively, it hasn't been great. It's been honestly a mess. Tyrod Taylor one week, Justin Fields the next week. No consistency, no real identity, no rhythm. So I think the Falcons' mindset is this. If we can run the ball efficiently and play our brand of defense, we think we can win this game without Drake London. Now, is that risky? Absolutely. Is that logical? Yes, it is. Now, this is the part where a lot of fans get nervous, and I get why. Because we've seen this calculated risk before. The Falcons tried the exact same logic earlier in the season against the Miami Dolphins. Same idea. Miami's not that great. We'll rest guys. We'll manage injuries. We'll be fine. And you know what happened? They lost. And not only did they lose, that loss kicked off a 5-game losing skid that completely derailed the season. Now, that's why so many people are hesitant right now with this calculated risk. Because if the Falcons would have won that game against the Dolphins, I honestly think fans would be 100% on board with this approach right now. But since that risk already backfired once, people are getting nervous. Now, I do think there's one major difference this time than there was last time. Against Miami, the Falcons defense had been beat up pretty badly. We're talking about 4 or 5 guys missing on that side of the ball. Right now, the Falcons defense is pretty much back to full strength. So I think the mindset is our defense is our strong suit. We're healthy over there. We can lean on them. So we might as well take this risk. And that makes the situation a little bit different, at least on paper. Now, the second reason why I think the Falcons are really willing to take a gamble is KJ Osborn. Now, they signed him to the practice squad, and I'll be real with you. I strongly believe he's getting called up for this game. I don't think he'll just sit around and just be on the practice squad. He already knows Kirk Cousins. He's already had that chemistry with him. He's already built a productive season with Kirk Cousins. So the Falcons are basically saying, we'll roll with Darnell Mooney, KJ Osborn, and Kyle Pitts, and we'll see if that's enough. Now, will that actually be enough against the Jets defense? I don't know. That's the $1 million question. But I will say the Jets defense is a little more easier because they did trade their all-pro cornerback. So we'll see. So I like Osborn as a depth piece. Asking him to play meaningful snaps against the Jets is no small task, but it could happen and it could work out. Now, the third biggest reason why I think this gamble is happening is because of this health math that I think the Falcons are playing. The Falcons are saying that they would rather have an 80 to 90% Drake London versus Seattle, which is the next game, rather than a 50 to 60 to 70% Drake London versus the Jets, and then another 60 to 70% healthy Drake London against Seattle. They clearly view the Seahawks game as the bigger one on their schedule. And honestly, if they somehow beat Seattle later, things could get interesting again. Not guaranteed, not likely, but interesting. So from their perspective, this is them trying to optimize their best weapon for the most important matchup coming up. Now, if this backfires and they lose to the Jets, let's be real. I think a lot of people already know that their jobs are on the line. So yeah, it's a calculated risk that I guess majority of those people are willing to take. Drake London is doubtful. Some say he's injured. Some say he looks fine. I personally think this is a calculated gamble by the Falcons, and they're trying to salvage their season. Will it work? We'll find out soon enough, because Sunday is going to tell us everything. But you have to wait and see. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please do me a favor. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. I'm on the journey to, 5,000 subs, and your subscription helps me out a lot to get to that journey. And if you want to see more videos like this, check this one out right here. And like always, peace.